Man, oh Manischewitz. We're loaded for bear, a.k.a. liberals. Lots of important things to discuss. But as I was finishing my prep for the program, a story broke about an hour and a half or two ago. And I hope everybody's listening to this, and I hope you will whisper down the lane because this is very, very important. One of the things about Biden, his surrogates in the administration, in the media, they just keep lying about everything. They just keep lying. If I had to sum up who they are, even their campaign, it is attack and lie, attack and lie. All this fanfare about this executive order he signed. Bill Melugins on the border says nothing has changed. The numbers demonstrate that nothing has changed. Nothing. The rest of the media have gone silent. They were silent at the beginning of this boondoggle down there. But the American people, I hope, understand that all this man does is he lies. So this story is in the New York Post by Jenny Taylor. Border Patrol memo instructs agents to release migrants from over 100 countries into the United States. Border Patrol agents in California have been told to release migrants from over 100 countries into the United States despite the Biden administration's new border crackdown, quote unquote, according to a leaked memo obtained by the New York Post. Now let's just stop at the first paragraph, which is one sentence. Since when is it okay to lie to the American people this way? Since when is it okay to just lie about everything over and over and over again, then to raise hundreds of millions of dollars in campaign monies to run commercials, lying about you, lying about your opponent, and of course knowing full damn well that the media is going to back you up no matter what? Migrants from all but 6 countries in what Border Patrol calls the Eastern Hemisphere, made up of Africa, Asia, Australia, and Europe, who cross illegally into the San Diego border sector, will be released into the United States, according to the memo, first reported in the Washington Examiner. We want to salute and credit the Washington Examiner. Only adult migrants from Georgia, Moldavia, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan will be immediately sent for removal from the U.S. per the memo. Others will be released with a future court date but won't be able to pursue asylum, according to Fox News. So what? You know what that means? They're gone forever. They disappear. Customs and Border Patrol, CBP, also confirmed to Fox the order only applies to the San Diego sector, which is currently the busiest area for illegal crossings in the United States, and has seen the majority of people arriving from countries outside of the United States. Border Patrol data reviewed by the Post showed there were more than 10,000 migrants recorded crossing the southern border over the weekend, showing migrants are undeterred by Biden's new restrictions. It's amazing. Amazing how this man gets away with this. Biden's new border rules went into effect last Wednesday, and mean new asylum applications will not be processed until there are less than 1,500 encounters with illegal border crossers for 7 consecutive days. The Post recently obtained leaked Border Patrol documents telling agents that even with the new orders in place, adults and families who are very hard to remove, such as countries which do not permit charter repatriation flights, may be considered for processing of expedited removal or placed into Section 240 removal proceedings. These would include migrants from China. They put them into proceedings, but they release them into the country. China, Brazil, Ecuador, Peru. Border Patrol agents have said many learned routes or pay for passage from their home country organized by smugglers and advertised on social media. Those allowed over the border will be released into the United States with a future court date. Migrants who are also found to have credible fear, quote unquote, of returning to their home country, including those who can easily be deported to Mexico or other countries the U.S. has a return agreement with, can also be released given a future court date. But they won't be allowed to apply for asylum. Who cares? They're here illegally. They're not going to go. Bill Malugin reporting from the border. Who is reporting from the border for CNN? Do you know, Mr. Producer? MSNBC? New York Times? Washington Post? NBC, ABC, CBS? Nobody. Bill Malugin, 3 hours ago. Mass releases we witnessed just days ago after the Biden order was in effect. Once again, we witnessed Border Patrol mass release hundreds of migrants from around the world who crossed illegally, dropped off at a trolley station in San Diego. When you hear DHS say removal proceedings, it often means released with a future court date. Which means, I think I read some time ago, 93% of the people who are released with a future court date never show up. And everybody knows it, especially the Biden regime. It also does not apply to unaccompanied children, victims of severe form of trafficking, those who face an acute medical emergency or an imminent and extreme threat to life and safety. Now, if you have an acute medical emergency and you come into our country, that means you and I pay the bill. A friend of mine, a cardiologist friend of mine, told me several years ago that she had a patient who was here illegally who was in the hospital for 5 months with a heart condition. 5 months. You and I ate that. We did. You wonder why your medical costs are going up? We have people on the dole in our own country, people on the dole in foreign countries. These hospitals just can't afford it. And so they have to pass the price along to Medicare, Medicaid, and you and me. And this is what's destroying our medical system, our healthcare system. It's also destroying our public school system. Of course, the unions are doing that, but you know what I mean. And law enforcement can't keep up with all this. It's just overwhelming. And Biden's doing it. And now he's lying to us over and over and over again. The executive order does nothing when the heart is ripped out with a memo to the busiest sector in our country, Southern California. And trust me, it's happening everywhere up and down the line. It's bad enough. It's horrible that these policies have been destroyed. That is, our immigration laws and the Biden open border policy instead has been put in their place. But to keep lying to us about this over and over again, about what he's doing, and the media regurgitating it, so these so-called low information voters, they actually believe something's being done when nothing is being done. It's being done to them. These are lies, pure and simple.